that was a huge blow to my confidence. And it was right when all of this came to light. I was scared of failure. What if this all just blows up in my face? What if no one likes my designs? What if I am late to everything? I really try not to be, but I always end up being like a little late. What you wear says a lot about yourself and your intentions and who you are as a person. I've learned to say no to things, my work life and my personal life, and just like protect my peace. So
welcome to Confidence Secrets, a series where we explore the art of self-presentation, confidence, and power of commanding any room you enter. This season, I'm so excited to introduce you to some amazing guests from Modern Day Wives Meet Me in New York event. Let's jump into today's episode. My guest today is the incredible Julianne Bartolotta, the designer behind her luxury fashion brand, Julianne Bartolotta. Her brand is all about classy and feminine fashion, featuring Italian-made statement pieces that can go from day to night. So I cannot wait to dive into your journey and on your insights on style, confidence, and making a statement with passion. So Julianne, if you can tell us more about yourself and your brand, would be great.
Hi. Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. My brand is named after myself. It's Julianne Bartolotta. I started it about 3 years ago. I work with all factories in Italy, and that dates back to my Italian heritage. And I designed my collection with the idea of every item being a statement worthy piece. What that means is there's something statement worthy about every item. So whether it's the fabrication, it's the silhouette, the color, or it's our signature heart buttons, there's something unique about every piece that gathers attention from people. And the idea behind the brand is to give people confidence through wearing the clothes. I feel like that really ties into what we're going to talk about today. So
absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Love your mission and what you're doing. So making this first strong impression, I believe, is a key, especially in the fashion industry, because there, like, presence speaks before the words go. So how do you personally approach making the lasting impact when you walk into a room? What's your tips on making a strong first impression? Maybe you can share a few examples.
Yeah. So whenever I prepare to go to an event, I always think of what is the event? What are other people going to be wearing? And how can I let my outfit speak for me? Not that I'm not going to speak there, but what you wear says a lot about yourself and your intentions and who you are as a person. So since I'm a fashion designer, I always try to dress to that part. And you're not going to dress the same going on an interview that you would on a date or going to a fashion show. So I always try to think about the setting and then how can I let my outfits do the talking for me. So for example, we just had the Modern Day Wife event and I had my own booth at it. It was a New York Fashion Week event. It was my first fashion week event for my brand. So naturally, I wanted to wear something from my collection and I wanted it to be, like a wow factor piece. So I decided to wear the vegan leather jumpsuit, which it snatched me in all the right places. It was perfect for a fashion show event and it gained a lot of attention from everyone that stopped by. Yeah, that's kind of what I think about when going into those situations.
So beyond the first impression, sometimes little details also can make a big difference. Is there any subtle details about the body language or self-presentation that you always pay attention to?
I think for me, when it comes to body language, I always try to smile. I always look to see who's smiling. Going into an unfamiliar territory or going into an event where you might be anxious or nervous, whoever's smiling, they're having fun. So you're going to want to hang out with that person. And I always try to be that person for someone else. And a recent example of that would be, so I'm a competitive salsa dancer. Not a lot of people know that, but I got into salsa dancing like a year and a half ago. And I recently joined a competitive salsa team. It's an all-ladies team. We had our first competition at the International Summit about a month ago. And it was my first time performing ever salsa. It was my first debut on the team. And it was at the third largest competition in the world for salsa, which we ended up placing third. So kudos to us. Backstage when we were about to perform, I was so nervous. Like, it's a lot of pressure, especially debuting. You've never had experience performing this type of dance and everything. And there was a girl on my team, her name is Lisbeth. We joined at the same time, and she just smiled at me and she was like, "We're gonna have so much fun." And I'm like, "You know what? You're right." And like all of like the fear, all the nerves just melted away, and we just went out there and we just had fun and smiled the whole time. And when you smile, it naturally brings down those nerves. So I always try to be that person for someone else, and I always look to see who's smiling.
Oh, what a positive tip for everyone. Love
Yeah.
it. It just projects that you're like friendly, open person, and we know if it's even like a networking event or someone like always people are afraid
Right.
to come to someone to talk to someone, and if you're smiling, you're already like saying like, "Hey, I'm here. You can talk to me. I'm fine. Like I'm not
Yeah.
biting or something."
Exactly, exactly. It's
Yeah,
very
I agree.
calming.
So confidence indeed plays a huge role in how we carry ourselves, whether it's a event or in front of the audience, or as you mentioned, on the stage, or even during a photo shoot. I assume you have a lot of photo shoots being a fashion designer.
Yeah, we have a photo
So
set up right behind me, actually.
it's great. Yeah, cool. Pink. I love pink. So before those big events, what makes you feel most confident? Maybe you have any rituals the day before or habits. So we just talked about smile. It's something like, right before the event, but maybe in the morning you do some power poses or affirmations that help you to embody confidence.
I think a big thing for me, and a lot of people in my life know that I am late to everything. I really try not to be, but I always end up being like a little late. But what can really help me, and I'm sure would help a lot of other people, is just time management. If I have a big event going on that day, and it's very important that I am present and zen and everything, I try to give myself as much time as I can to get ready, because when you're getting ready and you're peaceful getting ready, then you can fully be present in those moments. When you're rushing to get ready for an event, those nerves don't go away. Like, they carry into that event, and then you're just frazzled, right? You can't be present. You can't, and it projects through your facial expression too. If there's a way that you can allot yourself even more time than you need to get ready so that you can get ready and know where everything is, know that your outfit looks good, your makeup and hair looks good, you're on time, like no rush, then that automatically puts you in a peaceful place so that when you step into that room, you're prepared, you're good to go. So that would be my advice.
Cool. So, okay, let's imagine the event starts at 2 p.m. What time are you going to get ready?
So if I'm in a rush, I can do everything within an hour. And like, that's like if I am, doing one thing after the next. If I can give myself 2 hours, I'm good. More than 2 hours, like, that's just like amazing. So 2 hours I would give myself to get ready.
So we just discussed your photo shoot setup and everything. Do you have any rules for yourself? How you shape your day, let's say, you plan your day when you have a camera ready moment? I mean, maybe you don't start at early in the morning, or you don't shoot at the night, or you don't drink alcohol the day before. I don't know, like just anything before you have a camera ready moment.
I guess when it comes to photo shoots, it really depends, right? Because we use this studio for our .com shoots. So like for product shoots or social media content, we also do editorial shoots, and those are offsite. We've had them in the city at Grand Central Station. We've done them at the beach. We've done them out east on Long Island. Those are all day events. So when we do those, I'm preparing the whole day before. And then for like the modern day wife event, I was preparing 3 days before. I packed the car the night before. I tagged everything 2 days before, all of like the price tags and everything. I actually still have some price tags like here from it. But it really depends on, what we're doing. But I at least give myself one day to just make sure everything is in its place, because you also don't want to waste other people's time too. When you do these photo shoots, you have models, photographers, stylists, interns, all of these people come and they're counting on you, they're depending on you to direct. And if you're not prepared, you're wasting other people's time. I have the privilege of starting this brand. I have a lot of like friends within the industry. Like I lean on them for support. They lean on me. I respect that. And I do my best to not waste anyone's time. I give myself at least a day to prepare.
Everything resonates with me because for the previous Modern Day Wives event in November here, when I was speaking, I was in agreement with one of like great hairdresser and stylist here. He wanted to make me like, a hairstyle or something for free, just like, a collab. But the day before, I was like, no, I need to be driving like, to the valley. Then I need to be driving back to Beverly Hills. I need to get ready. I need to think about the traffic, and traffic is unpredictable. You cannot impact it. So I was like, hey, sir, sorry, but probably I will do the hair myself.
Mm-hmm.
And because it gave me peace and
Yeah.
comfort, I could sleep more, I could prepare more. I was just not stressed about anything. I was doing my own thing, and eventually everything worked out
Mm-hmm.
much better than I even expected. So
Yeah, exactly.
really
Sometimes you
thankful.
have to just make those decisions. You don't want to let people down, but at the end of the day, if you're just rushing through everything, are you really being present for that person? Are you really serving yourself? I've learned to say no to things, my work life and my personal life, and just like protect my peace. So I totally resonate with that too. Yeah.
So of course now I see that you're like a successful fashion designer. You're a dancer as well now, but I believe that have not been always like that. And confidence is not something like, constant. It's something that we can develop, we can train like a muscle. So maybe you can recall a time when you struggled with confidence and how did you overcome it?
I definitely was not always confident in my life. When I was starting this brand, I was struggling with the idea of it being my full name. For example, I wanted it to just be Bartolotta, kind of like a Gucci or Balenciaga. Like it's just the last name. And I think part of me wanted that because I was scared. I was scared of failure. I was scared of, what if this all just blows up in my face? What if no one likes my designs? What if they don't fit people the right way? What if they look bad? What if they fall apart? Like all these like crazy things are like going through my head. So I thought, okay, if it's just my last name, no one knows that it's Julianne Bartolotta. It could be someone else, Bartolotta. But my dad pushed me and was like, it needs to be your full name because this is you. Like, this is you. You're doing everything. It needs to be your full name. And that's a lot of pressure for someone. I was thinking all of like the negative things like, what if this is embarrassing and it's my name? But on the flip side, there's, well, what if I help people with this brand? What if I give people confidence with this brand? What if this brand grows to be this huge worldwide brand that just brings joy and love to people? That's my name. That's something to be proud of. And also, when I launched my brand, I was in a relationship, and that relationship was like a 5-year relationship, and it came to an end like 2 months into me launching it. So that was like a huge blow to my confidence. And it was right when all of this came to light. So many people were coming up to me being like, congratulations. Oh my gosh, you must be so happy. Like, this is such an amazing thing. And I felt so dead inside. I learned to embrace the business. I learned to embrace my name and just really throw myself into it and make this a brand, something that I can be proud of, something that I can stand behind. And in doing that, I've helped so many people. I've created such great memories. I've connected so many people. I started an internship program. My interns have gone on to get jobs at huge big companies, and they come back and tell me, I had so much to talk about on the interview because of your internship. I've connected so many people like photographers and stylists and models. I've seen models start small and now they're walking Fashion Week runways every day. That's something that makes me truly, truly proud of my brand, and that gives me the confidence to keep going. I hope that story resonates with some of your listeners. Confidence is something that you definitely need to step up and practice, and kind of like, especially when you're going through those tower moments, really pick yourself up. And then you look back and you're like, wow, I did that. I overcame that. And look at me now.
What a wonderful story. Thanks for sharing that. And I think that it's the first time when someone shared like how the relationship impacted their confidence and how it can be stressful, especially when you have some big moments in your life. You have to take so many decisions and you have to deal with all of that. Maybe you can give some 2-3 more final tips for our listeners, which might help them to be more confident or elevate their presence, whether it's the events or on the stage or daily life, to refine their self-presentation and make a better impression.
So I think, tying back to what I was saying earlier, try to smile through those difficult moments, those moments where you are nervous or you're anxious, you're stressed. Try to smile, because when you smile, it automatically brings that calmingness and that happiness to you. You can't smile and be sad, you know? So if you can smile, if you can look at someone and smile and get a smile back, you'll automatically feel that happiness and that calmness, and that can kind of like carry you through. Going back to another thing I said, giving yourself that time, really using time management to prepare and really like shake those nerves out, do whatever you got to do to feel good so that you're not rushed, because when you're rushed, that's when you're also going to get anxious, and then it's just like a snowball effect. Also, thinking about like the negative, turning that into like a positive, right? So let's say you're anxious and you're like, what if this goes horribly? What if I mess up? What if I do this wrong? What if I do that wrong? Kind of like how I was thinking about with my brand and the name, like all of like the horrible things that could happen with it being my whole name. Try to think of the positive, the flip side of it, right? Like, what if this event goes amazing? What if I meet so many great connections that can help me because of this event? What if I do an amazing job public speaking and I get invited to another event? So there's always the positive to look at too. Try to take those anxious feelings and also realize those nerves are the same feelings as excitement. So when you're feeling those anxious nerves and you're thinking, what if, just flip it and be like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're going to have so much fun. Like, just like I did at the summit, I was so nervous and I was like, no, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. We're going to compete and have a great time. Yeah, just try to be positive, smile, have fun, and let go.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for sharing your story and your tips. And I hope our listeners and viewers will find this is a story also inspirational and very interesting. And of course, I will leave all the links below, so please follow Julianne Bartolotta and her brand and visit their website. I'm sure you will find something interesting for yourself. And of course, follow Modern Day Vibe and me, Kate Ziuz, on all social media. And I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for joining this episode of Confidence Secrets with me, Kate Ziuz. If you're ready to take it even further, check out my programs at masteryourpresence.com, designed to help you to build that unshakable confidence and master a body language. Thanks for being a part of this journey, and I see you in the next one.